Sunday's test, right? So for the test, actually syllabus again tell you from the Morgan experiment, right? Because from the Morgan we started the Drosophila, and from Drosophila the above portion, these are the part of your syllabus up to pedigree. Okay, Aman, clear this point everyone? From Morgan experiment, open the notebook. देखो कहाँ पे Morgan experiment है? From the Morgan experiment up to pedigree. Last point of this pedigree. That is, I think, no, not Jacob syndrome. That is some pedigree questions. How to solve the pedigree with the help of the diagram, typical diagram. Okay. Okay, fine. Chalo. Last class we aimed with the loss of biodiversity, and there is a 4 reason, that is habitat destruction and the fragmentation, which is a major reason to lose the biodiversity. Number second, that is over exploitation. Number third, that is alien species, also called as the exotic species, and the another number 4, that is co-extinction. And all these are the 4 characteristic, 4 reasons. These are called as the Eville Cortex. So there's a one question from sequence, and as well as what is the reason for the loss of biodiversity, and commonly called as the Eville Cortex, because these are the 4 basic reasons. Now, today we start with the first point with respect to which is the major reason for the loss of biodiversity. Number 1, habitat destruction, that is loss, habitat loss or habitat destruction, and the fragmentation. Okay, so these are the first point. Sound is okay? Sound is okay? Text me, sound is okay? Okay, Lenina, chalo. So now we are talking about that is first point with respect to habitat destruction and the fragmentation. So if I'm talking about what is the basic reason why these are the called as the major reason for the loss of the biodiversity. Number 1 reason, basically if I'm talking about earlier condition, okay. So if we compare in earlier years, earlier condition, in this earlier condition, more than 14% area of tropical rainforest, more than the 14% area of the tropical rainforest, these are the rich with biodiversity. Rich with the biodiversity. These are the earlier scenario. Okay, but if we compare present condition, if we compare the present condition, so only 6% tropical rainforest, these are the rich with the biodiversity. So these are the condition, and why these are the happening? These are the happening due to fragmentation. हम पहले भी discuss कर चुके थे. Now what happened during that habitat loss or the habitat fragmentation? So many projects are included, like railway project, river project, dam project, road preparation. So due to that condition, so many trees they are cut. Again, another condition, that is industrialization. Due to industrialization, due to civilization, again there is a cutting of so many cutting of the trees. So due to all these reasons, due to human activities, there is a major loss, and that loss with respect to biodiversity. Now, if I'm talking about, there's a one common question, common point. Now, what happened? What the effects? Why these are the converted into 6% in tropical rainforest area? So basically, we know that under the tropical rainforest area, there is a one area, that is Amazon forest. Amazon rainforest. And Amazon rainforest, again, these are the biodiversity rich area. But some people, they cut the tree. Okay, initially Amazon forest area, these are the richest biodiversity, but peoples cut the trees, so many trees, right? For what? For first reason, number 1, soybean cultivation. First reason for the soybean cultivation, and the number 2nd reason for the grassland. So just think about this. इतना अच्छा एरिया था Amazon rainforest का. So many biodiversities are there, because when we are talking about the biodiversity, this biodiversity is not respect to only plant. जहाँ जहाँ पे plant present होंगे, animals also present, invertebrates also present, birds also present. So that's why we are talking about that is biodiversity, right? But people which is live in Amazon rainforest area, that people they cut all these trees only for one plant cultivation, and that plant is soybean, and the other that is for the grassland, because animals they require the food, right? And the grass, basically these are the it's fodder plant, or we can say that is grassland. These are the that is the one source of the food for the animal, herbivorous animal. So for that they maximum cut it is tree, but sorry, maximum trees they are cut at that scenario. That's why earlier the tropical rainforest area, these are the greater than 14%. It's now current situation, these are the having only 6%, and the major cause it is because of the soybean cultivation and the grassland which is occur in Amazon rainforest. Okay, so now what happening with this condition, ये तो हमने देखा, definitely there is a loss of biodiversity, because when we are talking about when we cut any tree, directly it is affect to plant, but indirectly it is affect to birds, mammals, again some migratory birds. Because now what happened, due to fragmentation, these are the cutting means what we are talking about, that is fragmentation. These are the cutting means what, that is we are talking about cut the tree means we are talking about that is fragmentation. Due to fragmentation, basically what happened, the animal which is live at the center of the forest, right? For example, such animal like lion, tiger or the deer, जो कि boundary में नहीं रहते, they are live inside the center, wildlife animal, right? Large size animal, again there is a loss of that animal. Another condition, there is a loss of birds and the mammals also due to cutting of this tree, and as well as migratory birds also get affected. So that's why for the biodiversity, loss of biodiversity, that's cutting trees, that fragmentation, or that river or different project. These are the major reason to lose the biodiversity. So these are the first reason with respect to habitat destruction and the fragmentation. So this point is clear, everyone? This point is clear, first point. This point is clear. Okay, Abida. Number second, we are talking about that is over exploitation. Over exploitation. Simply, we are talking about over exploitation. It means that need turn to greed. मतलब जितना हमें जरूरत है उससे ज्यादा हमने यूटिलाइज किया, right? And again, these are the second reason to loss of biodiversity. Now, in this condition, if we are talking about that is what the scenario, need is turned to greed. Best example, you can take all example which is showing the extinction. So I am taking only two examples. You can see, you can select the dodo bird, you can select the Steller sea cow bird, you can select the passenger pigeon bird. So your choice, because हम पहले discuss कर चुके the extinction category from the world, right? Last class. So we are taking some examples. That is one, that is passenger pigeon bird, which is extinct from the America. And the another example, that is Steller's sea cow bird. And again, these are the extinct from the Russia. Okay, so these are the birds example. We can say these are the animal. Birds means nothing but animal. So now what happened? जितना नीड था उससे ज्यादा उसको यूज किया, and due to more hunting or what we say more use, such type of this organism that totally extinct from the world, right? And in this condition we are talking another condition, for example, that is some marine fish also. Submarine fish also, they showing the extension, they showing the what we say over exploitation due to over harvesting, due to over harvesting. Okay, so these are the second reason with respect to over exploitation. So this point is clear. यहाँ से फॉर द नीट एग्जामिनेशन देयर इज अ नो क्वेश्चन इन डिटेल व्हाट इज द रीजंस एंड एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. आपको बस फर्स्ट याद रखने habitat destruction, over exploitation, alien species and the co-extension, and all these are the called as the Abel quartet. Mostly question these are the coming from this point, and ये जो explanation चल रहा है it's for your school examination. Okay, now next point we are talking about third reason, that is alien species, and that alien species also called as the exotic species, which is not a Indian species, right? Best example if you discuss about the alien species, that is Ecornia. I hope you remember. Can you tell me what is the different drawbacks of Ecornia? Can you tell me Ecornia? Ecornia basically is the aquatic plant. It is European plant, and it is due to accidentally it is entered into India. Yes, Sahil, true. These are the responsible for drainage of water. Again, kill the fish. Very good. Again, it formed the algal bloom. Okay, so I'm talking about Ecornia. Ecornia, these are the exotic species. And now what happened? हमने देखा था ना Bengal terror. Remember, in case of this first chapter, the reproduction in organism, we already discussed about this Ecornia. Ecornia basically drain the oxygen from the water. It is responsible for the killing of this fish, as well as it is act as a algal bloom. तो ये algal bloom क्या होता है ये हम आगे देखेंगे when we discuss about the water pollution. Okay, so first species, that is Ecornia, and this Ecornia is not an Indian species. These are the European species, and from the Europe it is introduced in India. Okay, it's get introduced in India. So ये पहला species हो गया for the alien species. Now why alien species? It will be showing this such kind of the extension or such kind of this overgrowth. So simple thing, alien species, these are the not an Indian species. Okay, हाँ पार्थेनियम भी है अमन, रुक जाओ ले रही हूँ मैं एग्जाम्पल. So now what happened when we are talking about this alien species? Alien species nothing but basically it is not an Indian species. It is coming from the other country, and when it is entered into Indian country, there is a no biological control. What is meaning of biological control? It means that competition. Competition कब होगा? When there is a related species. But now what happened? Ecornia हमारे इंडिया में है ही नहीं है. Newly it is get introduced. That any competitor present in India. That's why such type of this species it is become dominant. It is compete with the net, and after this competition, such type of this species it is flourish, eliminate the native species, responsible for the removal of the native species, that is endogenous species, and they become dominant. And if we are talking about that is Ecornia, अगर Ecornia को हमने देखा, so from the Jammu Kashmir up to south end. So every year where there is a water body is present, each and every water body, these are the contaminated with the Ecornia. Okay, because now it is spread all over the India, but it's not an Indian. It's coming from the Europe, and now it is introduced in India. Now another example after this Ecornia, number second, we are talking about that is Lantana camara. Lantana camara. Lantana camara basically again these are the American species. It is coming from the America, and due to accidentally now it is introduced in India, and more specific these are the introduced in forest of UP and the FP, Uttar Pradesh and the Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so it is introduced in UP and the MP. So these are the camera. Number third, that is Parthenium. इसको हम पहले डिस्कस कर चुके हैं because it is involved in the certain allergic reaction, and this Parthenium also called as the carrot grass, right? Now this again, these are the American species, and now this American species it is introduced in India. Now next one we are talking about number 4, that is Nile perch. Nile perch. Nile perch basically it is example of predatory fish. Nile perch, it is example of predatory fish. What is the meaning of this predatory fish? Now what happened? Basically this Nile perch, it is introduced from East Africa. It is not, again, it is not Indian, right? It is introduced from the East Africa. but it had certain very serious effect on the Indian aquatic body. So क्या हो गया? Nil perch, these are the one predatory fish, and due to introduce this, it will be introduced in Indian water body. That is, it is introduced in India, and it will be showing effect due to introduction of that Nile perch. More than 200 herbivorous as well as carnivorous, herbivorous and the carnivorous fish is showing extinction. It will be cause the very serious effect, right? That is Nile perch. अब Google करके देख लेना fish को. Nile perch, more than 200 herbivorous and the carnivorous fish, it will be showing extinction. And such type of this fish who showing extinction, these are called as cichlid fishes. They are called as the fish that is cichlid fish. That is which fish? More than 200 herbivorous and the carnivorous fish. Those are showing the extinction. Such type of this fish, these are called as the that is a cichlid fish. Okay. Now after that Nile perch, we are talking about last example, fifth example, African catfish. African catfish. Simply, it is coming from the Africa. Now, what happened? This African catfish now it is introduced in India, but now these are the very dangerous because these catfish it is compete with. These are the responsible for extinction. Not extinction. It is responsible for elimination or decrease the number of this endogenous catfish. So there is used in aquaculture African catfish because size is comparatively large. It is used in aquaculture, but it's not legal. It's illegal. But it is compete with the which species that is Indian catfish. So again, it is introduced in India. Most of aquaculture, this fish it is used, but it is not good because it is responsible for decrease the number of Indian catfish. Okay. So these are the few example. यहाँ से जो common question बनता है, that common question these are the related to Ecornia species. Second common question these are the related to Parthenium, and the next one that is Nile perch. Okay. So I do understand what is meaning of this alien species, exotic species. Why these are the flourish? Because biological control it is absent in new place, and if no biological control, it means that they are grow unlimitedly. Because कोई barrier ही नहीं है, कोई competition ही नहीं है. Without competition, it simply flourish. Okay, this point is clear, everyone. This point is clear. Should I continue with next? Okay, chalo. Now after this third point, we are talking about that is last reason, number 4, co-extinction. Co-extinction. Co-extinction, simply we can, what we say, it is represented by, these are the such type of obligate association. Obligate means what? Necessary. When it is showing the co-extinction, when there is a presence of obligate association. How? If is this any one species, it extinct. Is this any one species get extinct, then other species also it will be showing extinction. These are also extinct. So such type of this way of extinction, these are called as a co-extinction. Simply I'm taking one example. For example, plant and insect pollinators, for example. Okay, plant and the insect pollinators, because in sexual reproduction flowering plant we already discussed about under the what we say pollination point, honeybees, these are the most dominant, other insects also involved. So just imagine इज दिस एनी, बिकॉज हमने देखा था, हमने बहुत सारे टाइप्स देखे थे, व्हाई दिस आर दी मींस ऑफरिस का एग्जांपल देखा था, अगेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट साल्विया एग्जांपल, नाउ वी आर आल्सो टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट इज व्हिच वी स्टडी egg laying process, ये भी हमने देखा था. Now what happening in this condition, basically they are depend on the each other and they complete their life cycle, right? Without their association they cannot complete their life cycle. That's why such type of this association, these are called as the obligate association. Just imagine, due to accidentally, due to any reason, अगर वो particular plant extinct हो गया, for example I'm talking about that is salvia. If salvia plant, it is totally gets extinct, so ultimately the insect who is responsible for the pollination, that insect also it will be extinct. Such type of this extinction, these are called as the co-extinction, because one species get extinct, now the another species also get extinct, but they should having association, obligate type of this association. Obligate means what? No any other option. Chahiye, because without their partner, without that association, they cannot complete their life cycle. So such kind of this association, these are called as the obligate association. Okay. So had you clear this fourth point with respect to loss of biodiversity? Yes or no? Kinmin, had you understand this point? Okay, chalo. Now we are talking about, ये तो हमने देखा, loss. Now we are talking about how to conserve this biodiversity. And it's very simple chapter, means very simple sub point. और यहाँ से भी question बनता है. Last point of this chapter, that is we are talking about conservation technique, how to conserve a biodiversity. Under this conservation technique, we discuss two methods. Number one, in situ conservation. In situ conservation. And when we are talking about in situ, it means that conservation in natural habitat. Conservation in natural habitat means there is no need to shift any plant or animal in other place. जहाँ पे वहीं पे conserve करो. Such kind of this condition, such type of this conservation, these are called as the in situ. Another condition, that is ex situ. Ex situ conservation. What is meaning of this ex situ? Away from natural habitat, like zoological garden, botanical garden, or gene bank, home garden. So these are the conditions. So away from natural habitat. Okay, हमें इसको डिटेल में देखना है with example. So first of all, we are enlisting some types with respect to in situ and the ex situ. Under the in situ conservation, we'll discuss first of all the national park. क्या लिखा मैंने ये? So first of all, we are talking about first point, that is national park. Number second, that is sanctuaries. Number third, we discuss biosphere reserve. Biosphere reserves. Number fourth, sacred grove. Sacred groves. Number fifth, sacred lake. And when we are talking about that is sacred, basically it means that these are connected with God. Means some people say that ना ये river है, यहाँ पे हमारे God रहते हैं. These are the tree, यहाँ पे हमारे God है. These are the tree, these are the our God. So such kind of this condition, such type of this belief. So it is connected with the God. So that's why we can conserve the biodiversity. And the last one, number 6, that is hot spot. Okay, so these are the point included under the in situ conservation. Under the ex situ conservation, we'll discuss home garden, because this concept is very popular in India, means not India, all over, because each and every, because हमें हमारे घर में तो garden रहता ही, small garden, right? But अगर garden में नहीं होगा तो we have some pot, and inside that pot we use some medicinal plant like aloe vera, tulsi, ashwagandha. So we are using that because we believe that कि हाँ दोनों use है. They purify oxygen, they provide the oxygen also, purify the air, and as well as it has the medicinal use also. So that's why home garden, these are the concept is now very popular. Now another condition, that is botanical garden. Because botanical garden means what? We have collection of this plant. Maybe वो plant अमेरिका का हो सकता है, but we conserved in India in botanical garden. We create such situation. Another, that is zoo park for the animal, and the last one, that is gene bank. Okay, so these are the some point with respect to in situ and the ex situ conservation. Now one by one, first of all we are talking about what is the difference between national park and the sanctuaries. So once your part is done, then please tell me. I'll continue. Should I continue? मैं डिटेल में देखने सारे पॉइंट्स. Done. Okay, Patil. Chala. So first of all, we are taking difference between the national park and the sanctuaries. So please divide your page into two parts. First of all, we are talking about in situ conservation. And under the in situ conservation, first of all, we are taking what is the exactly difference between the national park and sanctuaries. Now, when we are talking about national park, it means that there is a preservation of both plant as well as animal. There is a protection of, conservation of plant as well as animal. Plant as well as the animal. But when we are talking about the sanctuary, so in case of the sanctuaries, we have to only conserve animals. Okay, only animal. ये first difference हो गया. Second difference, when we are talking about that is national park. In this condition, cultivation, grazing, harvesting of forest product, it is not allowed. Cultivation of any crop, grazing, and harvesting of forest product. कुछ भी हो सकते हैं वो, right? Forest product. So such kind of this harvesting, it is not allowed. It is not allowed. But when we compare this point with respect to sanctuaries, such type of this activity, these are the allowed. So I'm giving just tick, you can write down the word that is allowed. So cultivation, grazing, harvesting of this forest, all these are the activity, these are the allowed in sanctuaries. Now, third point with respect to hunting. So definitely in both the condition, hunting, it is not allowed. Okay, hunting, it is not allowed. Now, in this condition, we are talking about that is number. What is the exactly number? If I'm talking about in India, how many numbers of these national parks are present? So approximately 90 national park present in India, 90. And the sanctuaries number is already quite high, approximately 448. Okay, so these are the number with respect to that is sanctuaries. So how do you understand what is the exactly difference between the national park and the sanctuaries? How do you understand this point? Okay. To complete the writing part, we'll continue with the next. Chalo. After this national park and the sanctuaries, we are talking about biosphere reserve. It's very easy. Just 1 second. Chalo, so should we continue? So write down the number third. We are talking about that is biosphere reserve. Biosphere reserve. Biosphere reserve means nothing but we are talking about there is one program, and under this program basically there is a one international group. They protect the particular area. They select the different countries, and from their countries they select the particular area and they involved in the protection. So that is included into biosphere reserve. I'm talking about this biosphere reserve. It is run one program. They run a program. And the name of this program, these are called as MAP. The name of this program, that is MAP. In case of this MAP nothing but M stand for man and biosphere reserve. Biosphere reserve. So I'm highlighting this point, MAP, that is MAP. Okay. So now what happened? Basically, some people, for example, I'm talking about in India, approximately 14 biospheres reserve are there, which is connected at the international level. Now what happened? For example, I'm taking number one, that is Nilgiri Hills. Nilgiri Hills basically these are rich with the biodiversity, but because of these human activities, now so many biodiversity distraction and the fragmentation is occur. So now what happened? There are some international committees, some international level, there is a they form one condition. They form a program that is called as the MAP. The people who are staying near the Nilgiri Hills, उनका group बनाया, and now that peoples they protect that area. They means what we say, they take that precaution. There is no any hunting, there is no any cultivation, there is no any grazing. So such kind of this activity is done with the help of humans, right? And in this condition, if I'm talking about how many total means biosphere reserve it is present in India. So in India total 14 biosphere reserves are present. 14, these are the present in India. Okay. And out of that 14, 4 biosphere, these are the connected with international level. Connected to international level. And this international level, nothing but simply it is called as UNESCO. No need to long form because long form pe question nahi aata. Simply it is called as the UNESCO. International level means we are talking about it is connected to UNESCO. So total 14 biosphere it is present in India, but out of that 14, 4 these are the connected with the international level, and I am taking that 4 example. हम सारे के सारे 14 नहीं ले रहे, so we are taking the example for that 4. Number 1, that is Nilgiri. Nilgiri, these are the first biosphere reserve which is connected with international level, or simply we can say which is connected with UNESCO. ये first था Nilgiri Hills. Okay, it is connected at the international level, or simply we can say that is it is connected with the UNESCO. After that, now the another example, that is Sundarban. Sundarbans, these are the second biosphere reserve which is connected with the UNESCO. Now third one, that is Gulf of Mannar. Gulf of Mannar, and the last one, that is Nanda Devi. Nanda Devi. All these are the name of the hills or the forest. Now these are the should be protected. And how these are the showing the protection? Now there is a run one program, that is a MAP program, and that the peoples they connected with the international level other peoples, and they start to preserve the biosphere, to conserve the biosphere, or we say it's responsible for the conservation of that biodiversity. Now we are talking about how people follow this program? What is the technique? What is the method they use to follow this program? So should I continue? Should I continue with biosphere reserve? Okay. So now what happened? We are talking about one diagram to explain this point, how that human protect this area. Now in this condition, simply we are talking about the area, whatever, for example, I'm taking that is Nanda Devi. Okay. So Nanda Devi, these are the one forest, we want to protect that forest. So how these are the possible? So that complete forest, it is divided into 3 zones. Number 1, that is core zone. And this core zone also called as the natural zone. It is divided into 3 zones. Diagram में देखेंगे. In this core zone, human activity, it is not allowed. Human activity is not allowed. No entry for the human. Is this any officer हो कुछ भी होने दो, किसी को अंदर जाने के लिए allowed नहीं है. Central area, that is called as the core area. No human activities allowed. So I'm just giving the cross. Number 2nd zone, that is buffer zone. Buffer zone. When we are talking about this buffer zone, inside this buffer zone, limited human activities can allowed, but limited. Okay, it is not open for the common people. It is allowed, but only for the limited. And what kind of this limited condition? Maybe it will be limited peoples, means we are talking about this area. It is allowed entry for this any research purpose, or sometime it will be used for the some education purpose with government permission. Without permission यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं होगा. Remember this point. Okay, so we are talking about with government permission. So it's required government permission. Without permission, it is not possible to enter in buffer zone. कोई भी होने दो. But यहाँ it's allowed. It's allowed for the education purpose. It is allowed for the research purpose, but in limited numbers. And the last zone, when we are talking about, that is 3rd zone, that is transition zone. In this condition, human activities can allowed. Okay, but in this condition, these human activities, nothing but we can say they should be local people. So in this condition, we can say local people, or simply we can say that is human activities. Definitely activities is allowed, but सभी को allowed नहीं है. That people, that human activities, it should be included their local people. So that local people, they can show farm, they can cultivate any crop, they can use that area. So because these are the transition zone. Okay, so local people, for them human activities, these are the allowed. Now I'm taking the diagrammatic explanation to represent what is the core area, what is the buffer zone, and where this exactly transition zone is present. Just we discuss when we are talking about that is first zone, which is called as the core zone. That zone, it is divided into 3 parts: central portion, now the surrounding portion, and the last one, that is transition zone. I'm giving the number 1, number 2, and the number 3. So number 1, nothing but these are the core area where human activities, it is not allowed. Number 2nd, basically these are the buffer zone, buffer area where limited person, limited human can be allowed, but with government permission. And the last one, that is transition zone. And inside this transition zone, human activities can allow. So हम यहाँ पे थोड़े से कुछ what we say, we draw some home like this to represent human activities. It's allowed. So we just draw small home. And this home, nothing but we are talking about, that is local people. इस तरह से हम निकालते ना home. So these are the nothing but we are talking about, these are the home. Okay, so these are the some information with respect to biosphere reserve and India. 4 biosphere reserve, these are the connected with the UNESCO, and UNESCO nothing but these are the international level who involved in conservation of biodiversity. So clear this point, everyone? Is there any doubt with respect to biosphere reserve? Is this any doubt? Clear. Okay. What about the others? Tejas, Tanish, Tanisha, Shanil, Shweta. Sayyad, Renuka, Prachi, Inmin, Kavya, Hiba. Sakshi is there. Okay, chalo. Now ये था third point with respect to conservation. Now number 4, sacred grove and the lake. Number 4. So we are talking about sacred grove, and we just discussed these are the connected with God because it has some religion value. It's depend upon the religion value. It has some religion value. Now what happened when we are talking about that is sacred group, basically the tribal people, whatever we are talking about. Okay, so that tribal people, they are not allowed any activity. Not give permission to any activities because it is related to, it is connected with their god. So in India, we have some areas where we can say such type of these sacred groves are present. Number 1, we are talking about example, that is Khasi. First one, Khasi and Jaintia. Khasi and the Jaintia hills. Such Khasi and the Jaintia hills, these are the located in Meghalaya. Meghalaya. Another condition, that is Aravalli hills. Aravalli hills. Aravalli hills, it is located in Rajasthan. So I'm just writing the RJ. Okay, RJ for the Rajasthan. Now next condition we are talking about, that is Western Ghat. Remember this thing. In case of this Western Ghat, Goa also included, but in case of this Goa, there is a no record कि यहाँ पे कोई tribal people है. आपको better पता होगा because according to book, Goa is not mentioned, but हाँ, in case of this Western, because हम आगे देखेंगे Western Ghat basically it's very large area. Maharashtra is included, Karnataka is included, Tamil Nadu some part is also included, Goa also included, Gujarat part also included. So when we are talking about this Western Ghat, we are taking two conditions. Number 1, that is Maharashtra, MH, I'm writing MH for the Maharashtra, and another one, that is Karnataka. For the Karnataka, I'm writing the KN. Okay, MH Maharashtra, KN Karnataka. So the Western Ghat area, now with some people, some area, these are the, definitely there is some sacred groves also present because tribal people, these are the living in that particular area. Goa यहाँ पे example नहीं है. Now, next of condition we are talking about, that is Chanda Buster. Chanda, comma, Buster, comma, Sarguja. Sarguja. And such kind of the sacred grove, these are the located in MP, that is Madhya Pradesh. So I'm writing MP for the Madhya Pradesh. So these are the 4 examples. Those are the included into sacred groves. After the sacred groves, we are continuing with the immediately, that is sacred lake. Number 5th point. Sacred lake, same explanation, because people, they have some religion value, they having that faith, they believe that is this inside that lake हमारे god रहते हैं, so that's why they having that value. Okay, sacred lake. In case of the sacred lake, first of all we are taking about this first example, that is Pushkar Lake. Pushkar Lake, and this Pushkar Lake, it is located in Rajasthan. Okay, now और एक एग्जाम्पल है हमारे पास सिक्किम का, दैट इज Quechua Pulri Lake, and this lake it is present in Sikkim. Okay, these are the some example with respect to that is sacredly. So just check if this point is missing or because any point important है. One question from this point. Now under the in situ conservation, एक तो हमने देखा that is biosphere part is important है. Now the sacred grove and the lake, this part is also important. Now we are talking about the most important part. What is meaning of hotspot? Last point of in situ conservation. So should I continue? Okay, chalo. Now listen point this carefully, is very important point. What is meaning of this hotspot? So 6 reason or the 6 point with respect to in situ conservation, that is hotspot. What is meaning of, first of all we are talking about what is meaning of this hotspot. Basically hotspot, this term it is given by scientist Mayer, more specific that is scientist Norman Mayer. Okay, according to scientist Mayer, what is meaning of that hotspot? He explained that less than 2% area presented. Okay, less than 2% area present, but that area it is covered with 25% plant species as well as 25% human population also present. So area is very small. Kitna area hai? It's only less than 2% area. But inside that less than 2% area, 25% plant species also present as well as the 25% populations also present. He explained this point. If this area it is not protected, if such area it is not protected, then there is an extinction of, or we can say approximately 30% reduction of biodiversity. 30% reduction of biodiversity. उसको ऐसे लगता है because now what happened, जितना area is very small, but now what happened, human population is very high, and we just discussed in case of this Evil Quartet, the major reason that is fragmentation and the loss of biodiversity due to human activities. And what is meaning of the hotspot? Definitely that area these are the rich with the biodiversity. Less than 2% area है, but अभी भी वहाँ biodiversity present है. But if we not cover that, if we not protected that area, ultimately approximately 70% reduction of this biodiversity, or we can say that it will be showing the extinction. Such type of this concept, these are called as the hotspot, which is given by the scientist Norman Mayer. I'm again repeating this point. Hotspot means basically these are the in situ conservation. Now these are the particular areas, still these are the rich with the biodiversity. But now that area, biodiversity present means plant species present as well as the human population also present, but in equal amount. But now you know that human caisa hai, right? Ultimately, if we not protect that area, so after a few years, maybe there is a chances there is a reduction of 30% biodiversity. So such kind of this concept, these are called as the hotspot. Clear this point? Do you understand what is meaning of hotspot? Yes? Okay. Now we are talking about some detailed information about this hotspot. Total in world, 34 hotspots are present. पूरे world में. Total 34 hotspots in present in world. Out of that 34, 3 hotspots these are the present in India. 3 hotspots. Basically, these are the present in India, and approximately 16 hotspots. These are the present in the area that is tropic, because just we discussed tropic, these are the rich with the biodiversity. But now what happened due to human activities, due to different reasons, now tropic area, like we can say tropical rainforest, Amazon forest, they are also included. They are also included inside the list of this hotspot. So in case of this tropic area, 16 are there. In case of this India, total 3 hotspots are present. And now in this point, question jo banega, which is coming from the, which is the hotspot and what is the exactly number of the species which is present in the Indian hotspot or Indian hotspot. In case of this India, first of all, we are talking about which is the 3 and what is the exactly reason. Number 1, first hotspot which is present in India, that is Western Ghat and the Sri Lanka. First one. First one we are talking about, that is Western Ghat and Western Ghat and Sri Lanka. So now in what happened in this condition, basically when we are talking about that Western Ghat area, it is included Maharashtra, MH Maharashtra, KN Karnataka, TN Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and finally it will be up to Sri Lanka. It's up to Sri Lanka. Okay, so all these areas are included into Western Ghat. In case of this Western Ghat, basically if I'm talking about how many endemic species are present, and what is meaning of this endemic? What is meaning of this word endemic? What is meaning of this word endemic? Huh? Endemic, the species which is present only in India. Okay, but here we are talking about the species which is only and only present in Western Ghat and the Sri Lanka. Okay, so यहाँ पे हम endemic को represent करें. Definitely these are the part of this India, but more specifically we are talking about that is species. These are the present in this area. Species only present in this area. This area means we are talking about that is Western Ghat and the Sri Lanka. यहाँ पे गोवा भी आता है, okay? Maharashtra, ये गोवा, these are also part. Okay. Now, when we are talking about such type of this area, in case of this endemic plant species, approximately 1,600 species these are the present in only one area, that is Western Ghat. So again, still these are the biodiversity rich, present only in one region. Yes, true. So these are the number of the species, approximately 1,600 species. These are the present. Now what happened in this condition? We are talking about number 2nd hotspot, that is Indo-Burma. Second hotspot, that is Indo-Burma. In case of this Indo-Burma, if we are talking about how many endemic plant species are present, number, how many the endemic plant species are present? So approximately 3,500 species are present in case of that Indo-Burma, right? Basically, in case of this Indo-Burma, these are the very active center for the evolution of angiosperm. ऐसे कहा जाता है. This Indo-Burma, these are the active center. These are the active area. Active center for angiosperm evolution. Angiosperm evolution. These are the very active area. And now still in case of this Indo-Burma, so many primitive family like Winteraceae family, Magnoliaceae family, they still present because these are the very primitive family. These are showing connecting link with the gymnosperm. So Indo-Burma, ऐसे कहा जाता है, these are the showing, these are the origin point, or we can say these are the very important and the active center for the evolution of the angiospermic plant. And the last example, that is Himalaya. Himalaya. One question from the Himalaya. Himalaya, basically, these are the richest in biodiversity. If I'm talking about among this, see, Western Ghat, Indo-Burma, Himalaya, all these are rich with the biodiversity, no doubt. But still, these are included into hotspot because of the human activity. अगर इसको save नहीं किया, or we never protected that area, so ultimately it will be showing extinction. It will be showing loss of biodiversity. So among these all three, Himalaya, basically, these are the included into richest biodiversity. Why these are called? If we discuss all this point, means if we discuss with respect to Sri Lanka, Western Ghat, they having 1,600 plant species. Plant species, it means that it should be included into complete plant kingdom. Algae bhi ho sakta hai, Brio may be there, Teredo may be there, Gymno is there, Angiosperm is there. So totally plant kingdom. But in case of this Himalaya, if I'm talking about how many endemic species are there. So remember, 3,169 endemic species are there, but such type of this endemic species, these are related to only and only dicot species. Definitely these are included into plant, but if I'm talking about, these are represent a specific group because dicot, these are the group, right? Dicotyledon under the angiosperm. So if you compare this, all these previous 2 points, above the 2 points, they are showing the total information about the plant. But in case of this Himalaya, they are giving the exactly number about the dicot plant. 3,169, it's quite high value. So that's why among these all three, we consider that Himalaya, these are the richest with biodiversity. And why these are the reason? Why such type of this dicot number, which is quite high, right? Why these are the happening? Because due to Himalayan ranges. Himalayan ranges, it's prevent the migration of this species. So that's why still so many dicot angiospermic species, these are the present in that particular area. Reason is what? Because Himalaya ranges prevent migration. Okay. So how do you understand how many species are present and what is meaning of the hotspot and the total number of the hotspot in India? Yes or no? Okay. What about the other? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, chalo. So all these are the information with respect to in situ conservation. Now we are talking about ex situ. It's very easy. That is away from the natural habitat. Huh? Ex situ. And first of all, we are talking about home garden. Okay. So first of all, we are talking about that is ex situ conservation. Hmm? Under the ex situ conservation, first of all, we are talking about that is home garden. Home garden. In case of this home garden, we can select different plant. The best example that is aloe vera, ali, that is aloe vera plant. Another example that is muraya. Muraya, these are also called as the curry leaves. Kadi patta jisko kehte hain na, the green color which is used in sabzi. Muraya that is also called as the curry leaves. Huh? Now, next one that is osimum. And osimum, nothing but we are talking about that is tulsi because it has some medicinal value as well as in Hindu religion. It's very important plant. So these are the different plants. You can take any example. Different plant we can use we can include it into home garden who having some medicinal value or which is beneficial for the health. Now after this home garden, we are talking about this number second, that is botanical garden. Botanical garden. When we are talking about this botanical garden, definitely we are talking about that is conservation of plant. Yes, conservation of plant. And in this condition, we are talking about in world plant conservation. I'm talking about only plant conservation. And if I'm talking about that is number in world, more than 1,500 gardens are present, botanical gardens. 1,500 botanical gardens are present in world. पूरे वर्ल्ड के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. Now another condition, that is zoological park. Third one, that is zoological park. When we are talking about the zoological park, definitely we are talking about that is conservation of different animal. And if I'm talking about how many numbers are present, so in world more than 800 zoo park present in world. Okay, more than 800. And the last point we are talking about, that is gene bank. Number 4, gene bank. And when we are talking about that is gene bank, it means that conservation. Okay. Under this conservation, first of all, we are talking about that is cryopreservation. Can you tell me what is meaning of cryopreservation? If you know, first technique which is used, that is cryopreservation. What is meaning of cryopreservation? Had you know about this cryopreservation technique? शायद हम देखा है हमने. In liquid nitrogen, हाँ, true. Preservation of pollen, हाँ, true. So what is meaning of this cryopreservation? Cryopreservation nothing but that is preservation in liquid nitrogen. Preservation in liquid nitrogen, and that liquid nitrogen, it has the temperature minus 196 degrees Celsius. These are the temperature. It's extremely cold. Just imagine 0 degree पे तो ice बन जाता है, right? But in this condition we have to preserve pollen, seed, or the gametes, embryo, or germ. We can, what we say, we can froze the other part, important part, which is further used for the reproduction. So such a technique that is called as a cryopreservation, where we use the liquid nitrogen, and inside the temperature of this liquid nitrogen, it should be minus 196 degrees Celsius. One question from cryopreservation. Now this technique, that is cryopreservation technique, it is used for seed storage, now for the pollen preservation, as well as it is used for the gametes preservation, as well as such technique it is used for embryo preservation. Okay, so there is a first technique with respect to gene bank, that is cryopreservation, liquid nitrogen, right? Now another PTC, that is plant tissue culture. ये हम देखेंगे in chapter food, plant tissue culture, and simply it is called as the PTC. So with the help of this PTC, again we can develop the new plant. We have to store their DNA, or we have to store the gene, or we have to store any young part like root apical meristem, shoot apical meristem, and with the help of this tissue culture, we can develop a new plantlet. So these are the two techniques, those are included into gene bank. एक क्वेश्चन यहाँ से जो बनेगा, that question it is related to, that is what is meaning of this cryopreservation technique, and what is the temperature for the liquid nitrogen. So remember, minus 196 degrees Celsius, these are the temperature for the liquid nitrogen. So clear this point, everyone? This point is clear? Yes or no? Okay, fine. So next point we are talking about, that is some conservation of biodiversity. Means we are talking about some group, some committee which is present in world who conserve the biodiversity. और यहाँ से क्वेश्चन बनेगा. चलो. So we are talking about, that is next, conservation of biodiversity. And under this conservation of biodiversity, we are taking few examples of the countries who create one summit. Summit means what? There is what we say, there is one community, these are the one group of these people who take initiation, who support and define the conservation strategy. they use the resources and how they classified which area it is included into hotspot, which area it is not included into hotspot, what is the how to reduce the harmful effect, how to reduce the harmful effect on that particular biodiversity. So simply we are talking about that is conservation of biodiversity. That's it. हम इसके एम नहीं देख रहे बिकॉज यहाँ से क्वेश्चन नहीं बनेगा. Question which is asked, it is related to name of the summit. So number one, that is Earth Summit. Earth Summit. And this Earth Summit name, basically these are the Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro, which is located in Brazil. These are the one Earth Summit, which is started in 1992 and it is complete approximately 170 countries. These are the member of that summit. Means different countries, they get together and they form a protocol. They found how to conserve the biodiversity. Ideas they take and they implement that. Now next one, that is World Summit. Earth Summit and the World Summit. Earth Summit, basically these are the located in South Africa, and the more specifically we are talking about it is Johannesburg. Yes. So more specifically we are talking about it is Johannesburg, and this Johannesburg, it is located in South Africa. So the question, एक question पहले पूछा गया था previous examination. Summit, it is related to what? Summit, these are the related to conservation of biodiversity. First question. Earth Summit, these are the located in Brazil. World Summit, these are the located in South Africa. Okay. So these are the some important point with respect to chapter biodiversity and the conservation. So here we finish this chapter. If you have any doubt with respect to this chapter, you can ask me. You have any doubt? It's very simple and very easy chapter because in previous part we start with the biodiversity. India में कितना है, tropical rainforest में कितना है. Then we are talking about the reason why biodiversity is lost, their reasons, and now we are talking about how to conserve that, how to protect that biodiversity. So is there any problem with this chapter? How do you understand? It's very easy and very simple chapter. Okay. Okay, fine. Chalo. So we'll discuss some previous year questions and then we continue with the next chapter, that is environmental issues. So just give me 1 second. I'll open the file. Just revise the part, whatever we study already. Okay, I'm just opening that file. Just revise the part. Okay. So please take this screenshot. These are your today's homework. Today's means what? अभी Sunday exam है आपका. After Sunday, you solve this question because all these are the question in previous year examination. If you have the module, you can check from that area also. Okay. But now we are talking about, we are discussing only the question which is coming from the last year. If you see the sequence, हम जा रहे हैं 2016 से. In 2016, if you see number of this question, so just check one question. So these are the one question. पेन कहाँ गया? Okay. So if you discuss this question, see, question number 18, again, these are the 2016 question. Now the question number 19 also is there. Now question number 20 also there. If we start from the next means what? If we discuss this scenario, again 2016, 17, 17, 17, 70, total 4 questions. If you discuss the from the question number 18, just 1 second. So question number 18, basically it has only one question because we already discussed this point. From the ecology, this 4 chapter is very, very important. और अगर हमने last year देखा तो last year they are asking total 3 questions. So quickly tell me the question number, answer of question number 27, 28 and the 29. Just we discussed the Earth Summit which is held in the Rio de Janeiro in 1992 was called. What is the aim? What is the purpose? Just read the option and share me the answer. Question number 27. Question number 27. What will be the answer? What do you think? Yes, Hanuman. True. Because you have to just find out only one word. Conservation of biodiversity. Because whatever we are talking about this summit it is related to only conservation of biodiversity. Tell me the question number 28. Which of the following it is not the member of in situ conservation? We just discussed. In situ conservation. Question number 28. Yes, Deepika. Answer is true because sacred grove, biosphere reserve, wildlife sanctuaries, these are the all included into ex situ conservation except one, that is botanical garden. Now tell me the last one, question number 29. Which of the following it is most important cause for the animal and the plant? Just wait, just wait. So this one. So we are talking about which of the following is most important cause for the animal and the plant being extinction. So which is the loss? Because see, हमने sequence देखा था, right? And I told you sequence is very, very important. The major reason, true. First reason, that is habitat loss and the fragmentation. These are the major reason for the loss of biodiversity. If you discuss, if you solve this question, आपके पास module होगा, module के back side पे questions है. Please solve all the previous year questions. Definitely it will be help you. It's very easy and straightforward question. So just imagine 3 and 4 questions. It's chapter बस इतना सा ही है because if you see हमने last Saturday start किया था. Saturday, Monday and today is Friday. Within 3 days, within 3 class, we finish this chapter. And it's very easy chapter. You can revise within 1 to 2 hours. बस practice चाहिए. Okay. So is this point is clear, everyone? So if you want, you can take this screenshot. You have to solve these questions and answer and uploaded your answer in team in chat box. These are the another page, first page, and these are the second page. Okay, chalo, Malaika. Now we start with the last chapter with environmental issues. And this chapter is very easy because in this chapter we have to discuss air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, and सब कुछ ऐसा ही है. Okay, but हाँ, we have to very important point from the case study because case study it is not included in your lower classes, but in 12th standard now we have to discuss the case study. Chalo. Now we start with the back to pavilion. Okay, chalo. So start the new page and the name of the chapter, environmental issues. Can you tell me the environmental day, where we celebrate, when we celebrate the environmental day? When we celebrate the environmental day? How do you remember? How do you know about this? Environmental day. 1st June, क्यों birthday है? Lenin is true. These are the 5th June. Very good. So question it which is already asked, that is when we celebrate the environmental day. So answer is 5th June. Every year of this 5th June we celebrate the environmental day. So write down name of the chapter, that is environmental issues. Okay, so next point, next chapter with environmental issues. In case of this environmental issues, we have to discuss what is the pollution and what is the pollutant. We have to discuss two concepts. Number one, what is meaning of pollution? So what is meaning of this pollution? Pollution nothing but any undesirable changes with respect to biological, physiological, chemical features of air, water and the soil. That is called as the pollution. And this pollution, it is caused due to some pollutant, right? Due to some pollutant. And that pollutant nothing but we are talking about, that is agent who caused the pollution. Yeah, right? So in this chapter, we have to discuss what is the pollution, types of this pollution, what is the different pollutant, and along with that we have to discuss what is the solution, how to control the pollution. First of all, we are talking about, that is different types of this pollutant, right? And after that types of this pollutant, we'll continue with the different types of, that is pollution, how we discuss. So first of all, we are talking about, that is types of pollutant. First of all, we are talking about, that is types of pollutant. In case of this pollutant category, the very normal condition, that is natural pollutant. Okay, so first of all, we are talking about first pollutant, that is natural pollutant. And when we are talking about this natural pollutant, definitely these are the biodegradable. They can easily degrade. Yes. So these are the biodegradable. Under this natural pollutant, basically we can say few examples. One example we can say, sound is okay? Sound is okay? Okay. So number one example we are talking about under this natural pollutant, that is domestic sewage. First one, that is domestic sewage, as well as we are talking about some natural pollutant, those are non-biodegradable. Okay, and in this condition we are taking the another example, which is the natural pollutant. ये biodegradable है, domestic sewage. Now we are talking about first few example like DDT pesticide. DDT हम इसको आगे डिटेल में देखेंगे in biomagnification. Another one that is BHC pesticide. No need to remember the long form because long form पे question नहीं आएगा. They directly ask DDT pesticide. That's it. And this DDT pesticide, again, these are the one natural pollutant, but it is non-biodegradable. It is not easily degraded. Non-biodegradable. Okay. So these are the first condition with respect to that is natural pollutant. Number second, we are talking about some pollutant which is depend types of this pollutant depend upon the some quality as well as the quantity. Okay. So second point we are talking about that is pollutant. So first of all we are talking about quantitative pollutant. What is meaning of this quantitative pollutant? It means that we have to consider the concentration, right? It's depend upon the concentration of pollutant. Kitna pollutant present hai? If concentration is increased, ultimately the pollution also increase. So simple example under this quantitative pollutant, very common example that is carbon monoxide. Okay, CO, carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide basically it will be inhibit the oxygen supply. It is inhibit the oxygen supply. Can you tell me why these are the happening? Carbon monoxide is responsible for oxygen supply. Can you tell me? Can you explain this point? Huh? Can you explain this point? How carbon dioxide is responsible for inhibit the oxygen supply? Just think. Carbon monoxide. Because carbon monoxide, it has 2000. Carbon is more happy. Yes, true. So true this answer. So we are talking about that is carbon monoxide. It has 200 times more affinity to hemoglobin. It is having 200 times more affinity to hemoglobin as compared to oxygen. Agar oxygen present hai, as well as the carbon monoxide also present. So definitely who bind first? Carbon monoxide, right? It will be carbon monoxide bind with the hemoglobin. It will be form the carboxy hemoglobin complex and ultimately it will be reduce the oxygen transportation. So that's why we are talking about as compared to oxygen. It has more affinity, approximately 200 times. Okay, so ये पहला reason हो गया. So that is quantity is also important. See, carbon monoxide, it is very natural because it is released from the vehicles, it is present in environment, but it is concentration is increased beyond the capacity because it's depend upon the concentration. That time definitely it is responsible for causing the severe effect. So first example that is carbon monoxide. Such condition also we are talking about that is nitrogen oxide, NOx. Such NOx also they can inhibit the photosynthesis. These are also responsible for inhibit the process. That process nothing but these are called as the photosynthesis process. So these are the first point with respect to that is quantitative pollutant. Now under this point we are talking about how the qualitative effect. So next point we are talking about that is qualitative. So ये हो गया first point that is quantitative. Another condition number third we are talking about qualitative. Qualitative pollutant. In case of this qualitative pollutant, it means that it is not dependent upon the concentration. Such type of this component, it is naturally present in environment or maybe it is added by the human. And the next condition, the best example for that qualitative that is DDT pesticide. Okay, this example that is DDT pesticide. DDT pesticide is very harmful. ये हम आगे देखेंगे when we are talking about that is process biomagnification. It is not depend about the concentration. Is this any very less amount is present? That time also they can cause the severe effect. They are responsible for the create the pollution. So such kind of this pollutant which is not depend upon the concentration, it is depend upon the quality, and best example that is DDT pesticide. Okay, so this point is clear. Point is clear. What is meaning of this qualitative? Yes or no? This point is clear, everyone? Okay, chalo. And the last point, number 4, we are talking about that is pollutant which persist in environment, which persist in environment, which is not easily degraded, which is persist in environment. So in this condition, we'll discuss 2 types in next class. Number 1, that is primary pollutant, and the example under this primary pollutant, DDT, as well as sulfur oxide, as well as nitrogen oxide and H2S. Okay. Now, secondary pollutant, B, second part, that is secondary pollutant, which is persist in environment, which is not easily degraded, naturally present hota, but if concentration is increased, now it is converted into primary and the secondary pollutant. So when we are talking about the secondary pollutant, it means that primary pollutant, it is undergo certain reaction. Something harmful reaction is carried out. And after that reaction, it is converted into secondary pollutant. So primary pollutant, it is undergo the reaction and something is changes occur. And due to that change, now it is converted into secondary pollutant. And further, we'll discuss in detail ozone, that is O3, and the PAN. These are the 2 examples which is included into secondary pollutant. And again, there is one question. Out of the following, these are the act as a secondary pollutant. Number 1, that is ozone, and the number 2, that is PAN. So clear this point? This point is clear, everyone? This point is clear? Okay, fine. Chalo. So tomorrow we'll continue with this part with respect to what is meaning of that primary and the secondary pollutant. हम देखेंगे what is the meaning of smoke, how these are the can form, and we'll discuss some example with respect to Taj Mahal, why that Taj Mahal it will be having the corrosion property, and slowly we discuss all types of this pollution like air pollution, noise pollution, water pollution, use of recycling of the plastic, eco-friendly toilet are there. So different examples are there. और उसके case study भी है which is present in India. So we'll discuss in next class. Okay, चलो. Thank you so much. Bye bye.